Hey, what's up, Aquamigos? How are you guys doing today? If you're new here, my name's Tobias, and I believe this is the first video where I'm actually going to be getting back to working on the pond behind me here since I've returned from my travels. Right here, I have a step stool in my hand, and that's because if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen the raccoons have been making pretty regular visits to my pool pond. And pretty much what happened is the platform that I have my pre-filter on was more or less crushed over time. I think every time the raccoon would get on top of it, it just made it weaker and weaker. So actually, I'm going to remove that platform or stand, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to replace it with this step stool. The one that's in there, it probably wasn't the best. What it was is it was a plastic tote, which I cut the sides out of to more or less make something similar to this step stool that I have here, but it definitely wasn't strong enough because the raccoons over time were able to completely destroy it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that right now so I can sit the pre-filter where it should be, because right now it's way too low down because that thing got crushed. So let's see, hopefully I can just do the old switcheroo and hopefully it won't be too difficult to do. So gonna put that in here. Okay. Oh, I just touched a fish. Might as well gotta feel around down here. Oh yeah, this thing is like maybe just 4 inches from the ground. You know what? There's too many fish swimming under my hands because they're thinking they're getting fed. I should probably feed them first. Over here, fishies. All right, hopefully that'll distract them long enough for me to do this. All right, let's try that again. I just gotta move the old one out of here. There we go. All right, perfect, perfect. Get this under here. All right, that's pretty good, I think. All right, cool, cool. All right, cool. All right, that should be okay. Jeez, this thing was kind of hard to take out. Yeah, check this out. It's completely crushed. All right, there we go. That is perfect. Nice, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Now I'm just gonna stick this hose over the edge. I'm gonna have it go right in there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the water on and fill this thing up to the right level, because I wasn't able to fill the water up while this thing was lower down, because then water wouldn't pass through this front filter, it would just come over the edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Let me show you guys this real quick. This right here is the rain point water timer that I set up in my last video. I'm just going to go ahead and set it on manual mode, and I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that on for like 2 hours. And some of you guys may remember that I have this hooked up to my inline dechlorinator, which I have right down here. That will slowly add dechlorinated water to the pool pond. And by the way, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, OSREE. They sent me these underwater pond lights, and I'll actually set these up at the end of the video, but they're pretty cool. They're in the shape of frogs, and then the light comes out of their mouths. Super cool. But yeah, let me talk more about that at the end of the video. And we're going to continue with the koi pond filtration in today's video, but before I do that, I just want to get in here and fix my little hiding place in here that I have for the fish, because last night, while the raccoon made its visit, it knocked the stone that I have holding down this hiding space, and it floated back up to the surface. So I have to just fix this real quick so the fish have a good place to hide. And unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to replace this netting soon, because there's a bunch of holes in it now from the raccoons walking on top of it. But it's a pretty strong net. I mean, it's survived many raccoon visits. So let me just get in here. All right, where are we? Was that it? I might have found it. Oh, the rock is over there, but I can't reach it. There it is. I got the old rock. Let's just use this one. There we go. Man, it was far back there. All right, cool, sweet. There we go. I think we're all set. Raccoons are super tricky, guys. These stakes around the pond are completely necessary. I remember before I had these stakes in the ground, the raccoons were still able to get into the pond. They would just literally go underneath the net. So anyways, there we go. All right, guys, we can finally get back to working on the filtration. So this is the last thing that I did, like, I guess over a month ago, is I connected these trash cans up. I'm kind of realizing now that I need to bring this trash can a little bit forward, maybe like 3 or 4 inches forward, and then I need to connect it up to this trash can, and then I kind of need to figure out how I'm going to connect this pipe up to here. But anyways, I think the first thing I'm going to need to do is move this trash can up a little bit. So I'm gonna have to push this pipe further in. I might need help doing this because I remember when inserting that pipe, I think it was like pretty difficult. All right, here we go, guys. I have some vegetable oil in this cup. I'm going to try to lubricate this pipe a little bit. Hopefully it'll help me get it through a little easier. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if that helps at all. Oh, I have a ton of stuff in here. All right. Oh man, it's gonna be tough. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be really hard. I'm probably gonna need some help to do this. Maybe if I go behind it, right? Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh shoot, too far, too far.
Yeah, but at least it's easier to push back out.
Yeah, okay. There we go. A little further, right? Or how's the other one? I think that should be good, my friend. Thank you. Shout out to my dad for the help. So in case you're new here, this is kind of what we have going on inside these trash can filters. I still have to do the same thing like I have there and here. And of course I have to connect up these two trash cans. And then from this last trash can, I'll have the pond return. And yeah, we'll have to test that out, make sure that the flow is able to keep up with the speed of my pump, which will be in here. So yeah, let's keep going. All right guys, so it took me a minute to gather all the supplies that I need, but this right here is pretty much most of what I need. And then of course, 2 more 90-degree ABS elbows. Those are 3-inch. And then, so right now I'm going to go ahead and make a new one of these really fast. And I have the pieces for it over here. But actually, I'm trying to think of what I should do first. Maybe I should do these first. I still have this large piece, or this long piece of ABS right here. Oh, and I also have a piece right here that I can use. Nice, that's good to know. Maybe I'll use that up first. I have this piece that I messed up on a few videos ago, but it's the right size, so I'm gonna use this to measure, and we'll take it from there. Whew. All right, so I would say right here, and then another one right here. All right, I kind of got a late start out here today, guys. It's already almost 6:30, so I'm definitely gonna have to continue this tomorrow. All right, and I had some safety goggles out here. Let me grab those real quick. There's got to be like a better way to do this. This should work a lot better. I'm just about ready to glue these together. Let me just make sure I can open my ABS glue, and then I'll go ahead and glue these together. It's kind of like hard to open, so I'm gonna have to use a wrench to open it. Oh man. Ah, there, got it. Jeez, that was tough to open. Let me make sure this glue is still good. I haven't used it in a while. Oh yeah, it's still good. Perfect, awesome. I'm just gonna put that aside for now. I'm just gonna clean these off real quick with some isopropyl alcohol. All right, so a lot of you have probably already seen me do this before, but basically the next step is I have to install a uniseal into this trash can. I have a mark right here of pretty much the middle, and just go like this, basically like that. And then right here I have the uniseal, and right here I have the 4-inch hole saw. But first I need to take this out of here because I have yet to build another one of these. I basically have to make one of these for this trash can right here. I just want to see the height at which I want it to be. Somewhere around here should be good, I would say. That's pretty close to what I have on the trash can next to it. So I'm just gonna make another mark of where the top of the pipe is going to be, around here, like that. So I can put this back. So now I'm gonna take this uniseal and I'm just gonna trace it. So basically like around here. And I'm just gonna estimate where the center is, basically right there. Then I'm gonna take the hole saw and I'm gonna drill it right into here. I just gotta, usually what I do is I start off like a little groove before I start drilling, just so the drill doesn't slip. Usually I do wear gloves when I do this, but I forgot to put them on because the plastic that comes off of these trash cans is like usually pretty hot. So there we go, that's the hole right there. Just another heads up, you probably want to wear safety goggles when you do this because you don't want to get a hot shard of plastic in your eye because they do fly off and they're burning hot. Like I got them all over my arms. And right now I'm just gonna sand this off a bit and then I'm gonna pop in the new Uniseal and I'll just go ahead and put the new Uniseal in. They pop in just like this and they create a watertight seal once you put the pipe through it. All right, so once again, this is a 3-inch Uniseal and I used a 4-inch hole saw to cut this hole. And now I'm pretty much just going to replicate what I have going on this trash can over here between these two trash cans right here. So I'll have a pipe going from there down to the bottom of that trash can. So the next thing I'm going to do is kind of figure out where the contact point is going to be on the next trash can so I can drill the hole. So I'm gonna take this pipe right here and I'm just going to hold it up against the two trash cans so it's touching both trash cans. And I'm just gonna make a mark here on this trash can where it's touching. So it's touching like right here, it looks like. Then I'm going to take my level and I'm gonna take the lid off for this, I think. I'm just going to make a straight line going down. And I just gotta kind of center it down here, probably like around here, and just trace it. And then figure out where the center is, somewhere around here. And before I drill this hole, I need to remember to take out everything from the inside. So I'm gonna take this stuff out, and then I need to grab the safety goggles this time. I don't wanna forget those this time. All right guys, I have the safety goggles and the gloves this time. Let me just attach my hole saw again. I'll have links to this stuff in the description below in case you need any of this stuff. I think this will be easier if I lay the trash can on its side. Can you guys see that? Let me just double check. So we're right here, just creating that groove, starting off slow. Just gonna sand that down real quick. Oh, here we go. And let me just go grab another Uniseal real fast. All right, there we go. Another Uniseal. And while I have this trash can like this, I'm gonna go ahead and insert that pipe with the 90-degree angle that I glued together earlier. And as I'm sure a lot of you guys know already, it's kind of hard to put these pipes through the Uniseal, so I'm going to use some vegetable oil again to lubricate the Uniseal and the pipe, and then it'll make it a lot easier to go through. Okay, let's give it a try. There we go. All right, we got one. All right, let's do the other one. This one right here. Let me grab the other pipe real fast. Okay, I got the other pipe. I'm just going to move some of this stuff because I might have to wrestle with this trash can a bit, so I don't want this stuff to fall off. And I'll do the same exact thing. I'm going to get the vegetable oil and I'm going to lubricate the Uniseal and the pipe. So here we go. And then the pipe. And let's see. Okay, I gotta get in here. Ooh. Okay, there we go, got it. Okay, awesome. Whew, that's part of the reason I put them through before I glue the, because I'm gonna have a pipe connecting these. It's much easier to do these individually than it is with the middle pipe already installed. So yeah, that should be good. So I'm gonna continue this video tomorrow because I'm definitely going to need a little bit of help to connect these two. So I'm gonna come back and do that tomorrow. And I'm just gonna clean up right now and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, what's up Aquamigos? It's the next day and I'm ready to continue. I just need to cut a piece of PVC pipe to connect these two trash cans together. Make sure these are kind of angled towards each other. So let me see here. They're not, okay, that should be, I think that's pretty close. So I need to cut a piece of pipe that is, let's see, roughly 21 and a 1/2 inches long. I think that should be good. So I gotta be really careful not to mess this up because this is more or less the last piece of PVC that I have. And I don't wanna go out to the store to buy more. 21.5. Okay. Just gonna sand it down quick before I glue it all together. I just gotta take everything out of these before I get started, and then we can glue that pipe in between these two fittings. I'm just going to give the pipe and the fittings a quick clean with some isopropyl alcohol, and then we should be good to go. All right, check that out, guys. We got the trash cans connected. Once again, shout out to my dad for helping me out with this. I couldn't have done it alone. So yeah, the next thing we gotta do is we gotta make the attachment for this part right here. So as you may have seen me do before, for this next part, I just need like a really small piece of ABS pipe, maybe like 3 inches or so. Let's see if I can cut it myself without this cinder block falling on my hand or the saw. So something like this should probably be good. Yeah. All right, not bad. If you've been following my entire pond filter build progress, I know it can probably get kind of tedious, but this is just what it takes. It's a lot of repetitiveness, and in the end, I just hope it works. Now I'm just gonna take this, attach it to this, and then put one of these on the top. Yeah, just like that. And then I'm just gonna stick it on this pipe right here. Yeah, and there we go. So I'm not going to do the output for this trash can yet, just because I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go yet. I just realized I gotta take this off to fit in. But I'm not going to do the output for that trash can yet, just because it's going to be different from the other trash cans. And before I do that, I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that pipe over there, because that pipe is kind of blocking where the output for this pipe needs to go. And I'm talking about that white PVC pipe right there. Now I can put this thing back on, and then I gotta put the stuff back in here. And as far as the filter goes, that's all we're going to do in today's video. The next thing I want to do right now is I want to set up those underwater pond lights right now. So let's go ahead and do that. By the way, don't forget, I still have all the 2-inch ball valves that I'm going to install at the bottom of these 3 trash cans, just like I have over here. On this first trash can up here, I'm going to basically have a ball valve on every trash can at the bottom to make the clean out hopefully easier. So now I'm ready to set up these frog lights for the pond. These are waterproof, they'll go underwater. So I want to give a huge shout out to OSREE, the sponsor of this video. I'll have the link for these in the description below in case you want to check them out for yourself. So you can actually get either the 1 set, the 2 set, or the 4 set. I have the 4 set, but if you only want like 1 or 2 of these, you can do that. If you get the 1 set, it's $40 for 1 frog light. For the 2 set, it's $77. And then for the 4 set, it's $134. So as you probably saw, the lights are in the frogs' mouths. There is the power supply right here, which has a QR code, which you can actually scan. And I'm going to go ahead and just scan that right now. And you can download the smartphone app to control these. You can do stuff like change the colors of the lights. So I'm gonna go ahead and download that really quick. The app is called Lotus Lamp. So I'm downloading it right now, and I'll show you once I have the app set up. Inside the box, it looks like there are also, let's see, 4 tubes of super glue. So I guess you could glue these down inside your pond in case you don't want them to move around. Personally, I don't think I'll glue them down. They also come with a remote control in case you would prefer to control them with a remote instead of the app. So I'm going to set up these frog lights in the pond, and I'll show you what it looks like at night. All right guys, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start putting the frog lights in the pond. Right here, it's gonna be easy because I have a step right here, but for the other parts around the pond, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna set them up. They do sink, by the way. You might need to turn them around to get the air bubbles out, but if you're not gluing them to like a rock or something heavy, which is what the instructions actually recommend to do, if you're just placing them in the water like I am right now, they will actually sink on their own. I'm gonna just kind of figure this out as I go. Right now, my main thing is I just wanna like get them in there and kind of get a feel for how they look. And I can always move the positioning later on. The cables are quite long, so I'm gonna try to get one over here. See if I can get one to this side of the pond. And I apologize because my pond is super murky, as you can, I'm sure you've probably guessed since we were working on the filter. There is no filtration on this pond yet, so I'm kind of just seeing what I could do with these. Go down, go down. There we go. I cannot see the light at all, like the frog light. I can't see it at all underwater. Besides these steps right here, I don't have any more shallow areas in the pond. I wonder if I can get it, you know, there is a lip that goes around the pond. I wonder if I can get it to sit on the lip. And I think I'll just try to get the other one in that back corner, the last one. All right, that's all of them. All right, guys, so this is just going to be a test run. I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in real quick. Plug it in and see what happens. Oh, they actually turned on already. Whoa, this is awesome, guys. I'm gonna show you this at night so you can see better, but check this out. This is going to be so cool. So this is the one that I have in the shallow end on this step right here. You could clearly see it. The colors are changing right now because I just plugged them in. And then that one in the deep end, just by luck, the frog landed standing up. My guess is the one that's in this corner. We could see the light very faintly at the bottom, but obviously the frog did not land on its feet. And same with the one over there. This is so cool. This is gonna look awesome at night. I can't wait to show you guys what this looks like at night. So right now I'm just going to test the remote control. I'm going to take this plastic out so the battery can make contact, and I'm going to try to turn it off. All right, cool, it turned off, and then I'm gonna turn it on, turned on, and then right now it's on like the auto color mode. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it to like blue, green, red. Oh, we can increase the brightness. Oh, wow, look, it's getting brighter. Decrease the brightness, very cool. I can change the color. Oh, wow, that's like a white color. Red. It's like an orange, yellowish orange. Green, teal. Whoa, that looks really cool. I think I'm gonna leave it on. Let me go back to that teal kind of turquoise color. That's like my favorite. That's like one of my favorite colors. I'm gonna leave it probably right there, or maybe slightly more blue like this. Yeah, that looks so cool. Okay, the fish don't seem to be bothered by it at all. They're like swimming right in front of the light. All right, so I gotta get that light to face the right direction, and I gotta get the one down there to face the right direction as well. Okay guys, I'm going to try to work on this a little bit more, get the lights facing the right directions, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like at night. So I did set it up with the app. It was super easy to do. The app automatically detected the pond lights because I had them plugged in already, and you can do things like change the color of the lights here. If you want to add your own custom color, just search for it in the color wheel like this, select one of these buttons right here, and then just hold your finger up here on the color you want, and it will save it to one of these circles down here. I tend to like this color right here. It's like one of my favorite colors. Then you can do things like have the lights change to music or sound. You can you know, have them switch between colors. You could change the speed that the lights switch. So right now they are at 100%, which is like really fast. I'm gonna go ahead and turn them down to like 10%. So now you can see they're changing slower. You can have like different, you know, there's like different modes. There's like party mode, casual, quiet, lunch break, and they each have kind of like different settings. And then at the very end here, you can set a timer. So I set mine to turn on at 8:30 at night and then turn off at 11. And yeah, that's pretty much how the app works. Of course, you can also turn the lights on and off. And that's the gist of the app. So I'm gonna come back and show you guys what this looks like at night. All right, guys, so it is nighttime now. My lights just turned on, so I'm gonna wait for those to turn off, but yeah, check it out. It looks super good at night. Once I get out of the way, you know, those lights will turn off. They're like motion censored lights, the ones that I have up here. So yeah, but I think it looks great. But check it out, guys. This is how they look without the lights. so cool. Whoa. I do have them on the brightest setting, by the way. So, whoa, that just looks so cool. And just to compare it, so these are the pond lights, right? If we look over here in the distance, you could see the pool lights. So I would say the brightness is pretty similar to the pool light. Well, almost. Check it out, we can see the fish down there swimming right in front of that frog light right there. And as for the frog light over here in that other corner, I ended up just setting it on the, there's kind of like a lip on the inside of the pond, and I was able to set it right there on the lip, so it's not that deep in the water. Those ones are at the very bottom of the pond, so those ones are much deeper in the water. Whoa, these are so cool. I love them. It's crazy being able to see the fish at night. Usually, I'm never able to see these guys at night. So cool. Really, I think it looks great. And just really quick before I end the video, I just wanted to show you an example of the color changing setting while it's dark out. So as you can see, the colors of the lights are changing. So cool. Whoa, that looks crazy. Once again, I will have the link to these in the description below. And once again, thank you to OSREE for sending me these. So anyways guys, if you did like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. That would help me out so much. If you'd like to see more of my videos in the future, make sure to go down there and hit that subscribe button. I'll go ahead and put my Instagram right here in case you'd like to follow me there. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.